Welcome to the deep dive. You know that feeling, right? You decide, okay, the international trip, that first wave of excitement,
Mm.
and then bam, the reality hits. This massive list of stuff you have to sort out before you even think about getting on the plane. Documents, money, sockets. Oh, it's a lot.
It really is. And one of our sources put perfectly, doesn't matter how much you travel, there are always those, little things
Yeah.
that can totally derail a day or cost you a surprising amount if you forget them.
Yeah. So our mission today, we're cutting through all that noise. We're pulling out the absolute essentials, the things that save you time, save you money, and just make the whole thing feel, well, smoother.
Exactly. We're talking documentation deadlines, keeping your money safe,
Hmm.
packing smart, especially tech, and just basic safety stuff you need to know.
Think of it as your personal crash course for getting the logistics nailed down so you can actually enjoy the trip.
Let's get you ready.
Okay, let's dive in then, starting with, I guess, the absolute cornerstone, the thing that stops everything if it's not right. Your passport. Timing here seems to be the biggest stress saver.
Oh, absolutely. The timeline for documents is, well, it's not forgiving,
Right.
and the rules are super strict. First thing you have to do, check your passport's expiration date, like right now,
Uh,
because a ton of countries demand that your passport is valid for at least 6 months after you plan to come home.
6 months after. Wow.
Yep. So if you're flying back in June, but your passport expires in, say, October, you might not even be allowed to board the plane. Check that before you book flights or hotels.
And getting a new one or renewing isn't quick anymore, is it? Feels like it takes ages now.
It really does. Routine processing for a new U.S. passport. Right now, we're talking 8 to 11 weeks, plus mailing time on both ends.
So like 3 months, potentially.
Easily. If you apply today, you might just get it by summer. You cannot leave this to the last minute.
Okay, what if you do realize you're cutting it close? Is paying extra for the expedited service a magic bullet?
It helps, but don't count on it being instant. You pay, what, an extra $60? But it still takes 5 to 7 weeks for expedited.
5 to 7 weeks. Even expedited.
Yep. That super fast same-day service you sometimes hear about, that's incredibly limited, usually only for genuine, documented life or death emergencies, like within 72 hours. So honestly, planning ahead is the best, cheapest insurance.
Right. Okay, so passport sorted, hopefully well in advance. Then there's the entry permit stuff. This gets confusing. Visa versus ETA, what's the actual difference?
Yeah, people mix these up all the time. They're quite different.
Huh.
A traditional visa, that's like a formal permission slip, sometimes a sticker in your passport, sometimes electronic. You have to apply for it before you travel directly through the country's embassy or consulate. It can be a whole process.
Okay, that sounds like more paperwork.
It can be. And then you have the ETA electronic travel authorization. This is becoming more common. Think UK, Australia, and the EU is launching their ETO system soon. Looks like 2026 now.
So that's simpler, just online.
Generally simpler, yeah, it's an online application. But here's the crucial bit from the sources. You must apply for that ETA at least 3 business days before you fly.
3 business days minimum.
Minimum. You need that confirmation email or digital record saying you're approved,
Mm,
or they won't let you board. Don't leave until the night before.
got it. Okay, actionable tip time. You finally have your valid passport in hand. Protect that thing. Make 2 paper copies.
Good idea.
Keep 1 copy totally separate from the actual passport, maybe with a traveling companion or back in the hotel safe, and scan it. Upload a digital copy to secure cloud storage like Google Drive or Dropbox.
And adding to that, have an extra official passport photo with you, just one loose photo. If the absolute worst happens and your passport gets lost or stolen abroad, having that photo ready makes getting an emergency replacement at the embassy so much faster.
Smart. And while we're on security, those RFID blocking wallets or passport covers, worth considering.
Yeah, the sources mention them. It's about protecting the data on the chip embedded in modern passports from being skimmed remotely. It's another layer of sort of digital pickpocket protection.
Okay, good insurance. Right, let's shift gears from paper to plastic. Section 2, money mindset. Because nothing says, welcome to your vacation, like your card being declined trying to pay for the taxi from the airport.
Oh, the worst feeling. Yeah, financial prep is absolutely non-negotiable. Step 1, before you even pack, call your bank. Call every credit card company you might use. Tell them your exact travel dates and all the countries you'll be visiting.
Why is that so vital?
Because if their computers suddenly see charges popping up in, say, Tokyo when you live in Texas and you haven't told them, they'll assume it's fraud and freeze your card instantly to protect themselves.
Ah, okay. So a quick phone call avoids that whole nightmare.
Exactly. 5 minutes on the phone saves potentially days of hassle trying to unblock things from overseas.
Let's talk fees, though, because those little charges add up fast and can mess up your budget. What are the main culprits?
Two big ones to watch out for. First, foreign transaction fees. Most regular credit cards slap on about a 3% fee onto every single purchase you make in a foreign currency.
3% doesn't sound huge, but
But it adds up. One source says it can seriously cut into your spending money, especially on a longer trip or if you're making big purchases. The best bet is finding a travel-specific credit card that explicitly has zero foreign transaction fees. That's a huge money saver right there.
okay, zero fee card, noted. What's the second money pitfall? You mentioned it involves plastic, too.
Yes, and this catches a lot of Americans out, especially in Europe or Canada. It's the need for a credit card PIN.
Oh, right, chip and pin. We mostly just sign here.
Exactly. But over there, many places, shops, train ticket machines, restaurants, they use chip and PIN. The machine will ask for a 4-digit PIN to complete the transaction. If your U.S. card doesn't have a PIN assigned to it for purchases, which many don't by default, you need to call your credit card company before you leave and get one set up.
Otherwise, the cards don't work in those machines.
Pretty much, you'll be stuck. So call ahead, get that PIN sorted.
Okay, good heads up. What about actual cash, local currency? I admit I sometimes just hit the currency exchange booth right at the airport when I land. Bad move.
Generally, yes. It's convenient, sure, but it's usually a terrible deal financially. The number one tip here, avoid airport currency exchange counters if you possibly can.
Why? Just bad rates.
Terrible rates and often really high fees layered on top. They prey on tired travelers who just want local cash quickly. It's pure convenience pricing, not value.
Noted. Skip the flashy booth by baggage claim. So what are the better options?
Two main ones. You can order foreign currency from your home bank before you leave. Give them some notice, and they can usually get it for you at a decent rate, often better than the airport.
Okay, or?
Or the most common and usually best strategy. Just use a local ATM once you arrive at your destination airport or in the city. Use your debit card.
Okay. And there's a specific trick with ATMs, isn't there? Something about conversion.
Yes, this is super important and saved you money. When you use a foreign ATM, the machine will often pop up a message saying, "Would you like us to convert this transaction to US dollars for you?"
Yeah, I've seen that. Seems helpful.
It seems helpful, but it's usually not. This is called dynamic currency conversion, or DCC. Always decline that offer. Choose to be charged in the local currency, euros, yen, whatever it is.
Why decline?
Because if you let their ATM do the conversion, they often use a really unfavorable exchange rate, padding their profit. If you decline and choose the local currency, the conversion happens later through your own bank or card network, like Visa or MasterCard, at a much better near wholesale rate. So always decline the ATM's offer to convert.
Decline DCC. Got it. That's a really useful tip. How much actual cash should you aim to have on hand when you arrive?
The general advice is around $200 worth of the local currency. Enough for a taxi, maybe some food, tips, small purchases from vendors who might not take cards, or just immediate emergencies before you get properly settled.
Okay, $200 buffer. Right, moving on. Section 3. Power, packing, and carry-on life. Electricity is a classic first-timer mistake, isn't it? I just toss in a cheap adapter, but I hear horror stories. Hair dryers catching fire.
Yeah, it happens. Because there's a fundamental difference people miss. You've got adapters and you've got converters. They're not the same thing.
Okay, break it down.
An adapter, that little plastic thing, just changes the shape of the plug, lets your American flat prongs fit into a European round socket or whatever.
Yeah.
It does absolutely nothing to the electricity itself.
Right, and the electricity itself is different.
Totally different. The U.S. runs on about 110 volts. Most of Europe, Asia, Australia, a lot of the world uses 220 or 240 volts, double the power.
So plugging a 110V device into a 220V socket
is bad news, especially for things with motors or heating elements, like hair dryers, curling irons, electric shavers, sometimes blenders. If they're only rated for 110V, plugging them into 220V, even with just an adapter, will likely cause them to overheat, burn out, maybe even spark. You need a voltage converter for those.
A converter actually changes the electricity flow.
Exactly. It steps the voltage down from 220V to 110V so your device can handle it.
How do I know if I need the converter or just the adapter?
Check the label. Look really closely at the power brick or the fine print on the device itself. Most modern electronics chargers for laptops, phones, cameras are brilliant. They're usually dual voltage, meaning they're designed to handle anything from 100V up to 240V automatically.
So if it says input 1 and 240V.
You're golden. You just need the cheap plug adapter for the shape.
Yeah.
But if it only says 110V or 120V, leave it at home, buy a travel version, or get a proper voltage converter. Don't risk frying it.
Okay, check the label. That's key. Right, let's talk packing. The eternal struggle. Why the big push to travel with just a carry-on, even for like a 2-week trip? That sounds impossible to me.
It sounds tough, but the convenience factor is massive. Think about that charming old hotel or Airbnb you booked. Now, picture hauling a giant 50-pound suitcase up 4 flights of narrow, winding, maybe cobblestone stairs because there's no elevator. One source specifically paints that picture. You will curse that heavy bag.
Okay, yeah, that image is powerful.
Yeah.
I'm suddenly motivated to pack less. But seriously, for more than a week, how do you manage?
You plan to do laundry. It's really that simple. Pack enough clothes for about a week, maybe slightly more, focusing on lightweight, versatile items you can mix and match. Then find a local laundromat or use your hotel service halfway through. Bring some detergent sheets. They're super light and easy.
Doing one load of laundry sounds way easier than dragging 40 pounds everywhere.
Exactly. Embrace the laundromat. It could even be a fun local experience.
Okay, what absolutely has to be in that carry-on bag?
Yeah.
The essentials.
Number 1, a complete change of clothes. Underwear, socks, shirt, pants, just in case your checked bag decides to take a different vacation than you.
Been there. Not fun.
Nope. Second, noise-canceling headphones, essential for surviving long flights in noisy environments. Third, a light jacket, sweater, or even a large scarf. Planes are always colder than you think they'll be, regardless of where you're flying to.
Good call. And the liquids rule? Still the same.
Still the same. TSA rules apply flying from the U.S. All liquids, gels, aerosols in your carry-on must be in containers 3.4 fluid ounces, that's 100 milliliters or smaller, and all those little bottles have to fit comfortably into one single, clear, quart-sized zip-top bag.
1 bag per person. Okay.
And just a reminder, things like pocket knives, even small ones or wine openers with blades, those have to go in your checked luggage. Don't lose your favorite Swiss Army knife at security.
Right. Okay, moving to section 4. Staying connected and being culturally savvy. We all want our phones to work, but those international roaming charges, one source called them no joke, they can be brutal.
Oh, they are astronomical. Using your home carrier's default international roaming can cost you like $10, sometimes even $20 a day. It adds up incredibly fast, definitely not the economical way.
So what are the cheaper alternatives to avoid that monster bill?
The best approach usually involves having an unlocked phone. That means your phone isn't restricted to just your home carrier.
Okay, unlocked phone. Then what?
And then you have options. You can buy a physical SIM card from a local mobile provider when you arrive in the country. Pop it in, you get a local number and data plan, usually way cheaper.
Or the even easier option nowadays
Is the eSIM, electronic SIM. Many newer smartphones support these. You download an app from an eSIM provider before you leave, choose a data plan for the region you're visiting, pay for it, and activate it when you land. No fiddling with tiny plastic cards.
How much cheaper are we talking with an eSIM?
It can be dramatically cheaper. One source mentioned a whole week of data coverage across Europe costing only about $5 using an eSIM app. Compare that to $70 or $140 with daily roaming. It's a no-brainer.
Wow, okay. eSIM is the way to go if your phone supports it. Or just rely on Wi-Fi.
Absolutely. Use Wi-Fi whenever possible in hotels, cafes, and use apps like WhatsApp, Signal, Skype, or FaceTime audio over Wi-Fi for calls and messages back home. Free is always good.
Okay, switching gears a bit within this section. Culture. Researching local customs seems obvious, but maybe easily overlooked.
It's huge. And it's not just about avoiding offense. It's about showing basic respect and making connection easier. Before you go anywhere new, do a little homework on local customs, etiquette, maybe even basic tipping practices.
And language. Even just a few words.
Definitely. Learn the absolute basics. Hello, please, thank you, excuse me, and maybe crucially, do you speak English? Even if your pronunciation is terrible, the effort is almost always appreciated and goes a long way.
What are some concrete examples of cultural slip-ups we might make without realizing it? Things that seem normal here but aren't elsewhere.
Well, gestures are a big one. That simple thumbs-up sign we use for okay or good job. In parts of the Middle East, Greece, or even West Africa, it's actually quite rude, almost like giving someone the middle finger.
Wow, okay. Good to know. Anything else?
Public behavior norms vary hugely. For instance, in some conservative countries like India, public displays of affection, even simple things like hugging or kissing your partner, are really frowned upon and considered inappropriate. Just being aware of things like dress codes for religious sites or how people greet each other, it shows you've bothered to learn.
So do your homework on gestures and public norms. Got it. Right. Final section. Section 5. Health, safety, and surviving arrival. Health first are my standard shots, usually enough.
Check first, don't assume. Make sure you're up to date on all your routine vaccinations, tetanus, MMR, etc. But then definitely check the CDC website, the Centers for Disease Control, for specific recommendations or requirements for your destination.
What kind of things might they recommend?
Depending on where you're going, they might advise vaccinations for things less common back home, like hepatitis A or B, typhoid, yellow fever, rabies, even cholera in some areas. It's crucial preventative info.
Okay, check the CDC. Now, travel insurance, I think a lot of people skip this or think it's only for like catastrophic medical emergencies.
Right,
It looks
right.
more, right?
It covers way more, and it's really essential. The biggest reason is that your regular U.S. health insurance. Most plans offer little to no coverage outside the United States. If you get seriously ill or injured abroad, you could be facing massive bills.
So it covers medical and evacuation, obviously. What else?
That's the key. It also typically covers things like trip cancellation or interruption if you have to cancel beforehand or cut your trip short due to illness, family emergency, sometimes even work reasons. It covers travel delays, lost or stolen luggage, baggage delays. Basically, it's a safety net for your entire financial investment in the trip, not just medical stuff.
That makes sense. It protects the whole trip cost. Okay, safety on the ground. Beyond just be aware of your surroundings. Any specific tips?
Yeah, be extra vigilant in crowded tourist spots, train stations, markets, prime pickpocketing territory. Be wary of intentional commotions or distractions. They're often staged to divert your attention while someone else dips into your bag.
Use money belts or secure pockets.
Definitely helps for deep storage of extra cash or cards. Don't flash expensive jewelry or wads of cash. Use the safe in your hotel room for your passport, carry a copy, extra cash, and backup credit cards.
And there was something about registering with the U.S. government.
Yes, highly recommended. Enroll in the State Department's Smart Traveler Enrollment Program, STEP. It's free, you do it online, you register your trip details, and allows the nearest U.S. embassy or consulate to contact you in an emergency, natural disaster, civil unrest, family emergency back home. They can also send you timely travel alerts or warnings for the area.
Okay, STEP enrollment. Good backup. Finally, the dreaded jet lag. I feel like I lose the first day or two just feeling fuzzy. Any magic cures?
No magic cures, unfortunately, but strategies help. The key is trying to adapt before and during travel. A few days before you leave, start shifting your sleep schedule, gradually go to bed, and wake up a bit earlier if you're traveling east, a bit later if you're going west.
Okay, pre-adjust. What about once you land?
Discipline is key. If you arrive during the daytime, try your absolute hardest to stay awake until the local bedtime. Resist that long nap. If you must nap, keep it super short, like 20-30 minutes. Get outside in the sunlight if possible.
And hydration.
Crucial. Drink tons of water on the plane and after you arrive. Dehydration makes jet lag way worse. And this is tough for some. Try to avoid caffeine and alcohol, especially near bedtime, as they mess with your sleep quality and adaptation.
Stay awake, short naps, hydrate, avoid caffeine. Easier said than done sometimes.
Tell me about it. But it does help nudge your body clock faster.
So wrapping this all up, what's the big picture here? This deep dive really highlights that getting the logistics right, the boring stuff, maybe is actually the secret weapon.
It totally is. Nailing down the passport rules, the money strategy with PINs and avoiding DCC, understanding the difference between an adapter and a converter, getting that foundation solid is what allows you to relax and actually enjoy the trip.
Exactly. Once that's handled, you unlock the real point of going right. The amazing food, the unexpected conversations, seeing things through local eyes, exploring those places that aren't just tourist traps. The prep work enables the adventure.
Couldn't agree more. That's the real reward.
Okay, we've talked a lot about protecting your physical stuff passport data with RFID blockers, digital copies as backups. But here's a final thought for you to chew on. What about protecting yourself from sort of cultural identity theft? What outdated assumptions or stereotypes might you be carrying about a place or its people? Think about it like needing an ID theft block for your cultural awareness. What's one specific custom gesture or etiquette point you should research right now for your next potential destination to make sure you arrive with maximum respect and avoid minimum embarrassment?